Hello, 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 my friends. Hey, this is Rosa. Hopefully, your favorite real estate broker. Listen, my friends, I hope you are having some fun today because I'm having some fun and I am ready to go over some excellent material with you. Um, Basically, it's July 30th, it's July 21st. And we know that the days went by really pretty darn quick, right? And the days keep on going by really pretty darn quick. So, what I wanted to do here today is kind of go over some of the basics of what's going on with the wonderful world of summertime. Having a little bit of a technical difficulty here right now, really quick. So I'm going to ask you, just give me a moment, right? And then you can join me. Just give me one moment, my friend. Oh man, I guess it's not working the way I need it to. Give it one more shot. I'm going to give it one more shot here. Of course, I had all this set up, and at the last minute, it stopped working. All right. Let's see here. Come on. What just happened? Sometimes you pay all kinds of extra money for some of these gadgets and you just can't get them going. But we're going to get this going because this is ultimately going to help you out tremendously. All right, let's try. Well, I feel bad because I know that some of this live is not going to. Hey, thank you so much for joining us, Blue Foxy, Angelita, Lumi. Thank you so much for joining us. What we're doing now is we're having a little bit of some technical difficulties for those of you, and I definitely appreciate any likes. You know what we're going to go. We're going to go some. I'll go through some excellent material here, but what I want to do is find out, well, what's the problem here? What's the story? How come I'm not connecting to my actual internet service? And I'm wondering if it actually just went down with the thunder and the lightning. Um, so if you want to just give me one moment, I'm going to do a quick check on the router. Stay right there. I know you're going to you don't get bored. Don't leave me. This is funny stuff. This is stuff that happens on the live broadcast. But ultimately, if I'm going to go through material, I want to make sure that you can see it well. Like right now, some of you might be seeing me and it's a little bit blurry, right? And so I want to give you the absolute best way that I can to in order to help you. So just give me one moment. lost many of our people, but you know what? We're still here and we're still making sure that we're able to give as best information as possible to help people. So with that in mind, we want to keep on going, my friends. So thank you so much for everyone who has joined us, and that we have this opportunity to be able to go over information. So with that in mind, let's keep on moving. Said, okay, 90 cents to $1.25 per square foot, right? I mean, I see that you're saying that there. Well, in Connecticut, we're talking about close to about $200 per square foot for residential sales, give or take, right? And so I am ready to be able to go over some of this material with you, show you kind of what's going on, and let's go through some of this so we can talk about it now and figure it all out, right? So here we are. All right. Make it a little bit bigger for you. Okay. And here we are. We want to do a little flip here on this camera. So make sure that you can get a good idea of what we're talking about, what we got going on. Okay. All right. So for some of you, I know it might be hard to read. I'll try to make it as big as possible. But let's go through, well, what are the monthly indicators? What is happening in June, right? What happened in June? What's happening in July when we talk about real estate? What is the story? What is it that is, how does it compare to the United States housing market? Right now, first of all, like we were discussing earlier, and please give me any comments, any likes that you have, because we want to talk about some of this stuff together. What we have here is we have temperatures rising, my friend, right? The U.S. housing market, though, is a little bit cooler than usual because of the low inventory and the high borrowing costs. But I can tell you very, very straightforward, in Connecticut, and this is for the state of Connecticut numbers, this summer home buying season is hot, and it's actually too hot, right? It's a hard situation. But for those of you that are looking for opportunities, for those of you that need to make that move, right, that want to be able to do something in their life to be able to move forward, well, you know what? Let's take a look at some of the opportunities. Well, the first opportunity here, right, is look, 22.5% change in closed sale on all properties in Connecticut for the month of June are down 22.5%. But sales prices year over year, the median sales price, right, is up 7.1%. I'm gonna highlight that in green, right? We're changing median sales prices for all properties in Connecticut up 7.1%. And the reason why maybe this number 35% is because, once again, we don't have enough homes on the market. But we're going to talk about that, right? When we talk about these whole things about new listings decreasing, right? And we say that for single family homes, we're talking about a 32.8% decrease, right? For townhouse or condos, we're talking about 22.8%. Okay. We're talking about pending sales decreasing 15.2% for single family homes and for condos. Okay. We're talking about that whole wonderful world of the 7%. Well, what is it that we can do before we move forward? And I have tons and tons of information that I love to share with you, right? All these key metrics that we can definitely go over, and we can talk about, well, what's happening with new listings? What's happening in pending sales, right? And so forth. And what's that percent change and so forth? We can go over all this great information. Hey, Marie, Happy Jumps Legend, thank you so much for joining us. And I appreciate your comments. But let's talk about kind of that whole thing. Hey, Scott, yes, my neighborhood is off the wall. You are not kidding, my friend. Things are tough. But is it impossible? Are there solutions? Are there things that we can do in order to get you where you need to be? How about, are there things, and I like some likes for that, are there things that we can do in order to make you that money right now today, right? To take advantage of that equity. This is a moment in our life right now. And I've been doing real estate for 23 years. I don't know when another moment like this is going to come. I do remember there was a moment like this, about 17 years ago in 2006. I do remember there was a moment like this where the market was hot and people were excited and people were making moves. But in today's world, it's a little bit different. Well, what's different about it? And of course, give me any comments you would like to. Mohammed, Vienna, give me any comments you'd like to, or any likes of or shares if you can share this with someone that you care about. Well, what's different about it, Pastor Randall, thank you so much for joining us, is that in today's world, many people are saying, wow, where am I going to move? I am not sure where I am going to move to. Yes, I can take that equity right now, here, today, but where am I going to move to? Well, as being a professional, I have solutions for you. Now, not all of these solutions that we talk about you're going to love. Not all of these solutions are the best solutions for necessarily you. But here's one right from the start. And I have a few people, hey, Luins, Mama Lou, thank you so much for joining us. I have a few people who have taken this advice, and guess what? They're happy now because they put the money in their pocket. Well, one of them is that they downsized. Oh, Rob, I'm not sure I want to do that. Well, it depends on your time of your life. What is your lifestyle right now? What are you looking to do? Maybe now is that time that you want to downsize so you can take the equity out of this larger house. So think about it. If you had a $450,000 house and the market is up 10%, that's 45 grand. So you're able to take that, basically you made that extra 45 grand depending on a lot of different issues that might come up in your life, but you're able to sell that house and make that money now and put it into a smaller home where it's going to be less expenses for you, right? It's going to ultimately cost you less. Now, there is that little thing about mortgages, right? And so we do know, because I'm not here to talk baloney. Let's talk transparency. Let's talk real life stuff. We know the interest rates are around 6.75%. We know that some of you, hey, Lucky Numbers, hey, Reed, thank you so much for joining us. Some of you might have locked in at 3 or 4%. So that means you're not really ready to make that move. You're not ready to take things to the next step. Hey, Aria, thank you so much for joining us. But there are solutions, right, in order for you to take advantage in this once in a lifetime or once every 10 years or 20 years, depending on your cycle, your opportunity in order to take advantage, because we don't know how long this is going to last. I don't know about you, but when I woke up this morning, I did not put on my Nostradamus hat, right? I cannot be a fortune teller and tell you whether the market is going up or going down, but I can give you the data. And what's the data telling us? Well, right now we got 32% less listings. Hey, Aria, we are talking about what happened in real estate specifically this summer, right? We're in the midst of it right now, but what happened specifically in June in the state of Connecticut? Okay. So right now we're down 32% of listings compared to last year. That's about a change of, what is that? 8,000. That's about 1,400, 1,300 listings, right? In this year, we had 3,200, give or take. And last year, we had about 4,800. That's right, Aria. 32% listings. And why? Because I really do believe, hey, Styles, thank you so much for joining us. I believe maybe people are afraid to make that move. They're not sure about the future. But we need to keep living our lives. And if now's the time for you to upsize, if now's the time for you to downsize, if now's the time for you to take that money, sell your home, pay off your debt, maybe rent for a little while, that could be an opportunity for you. Maybe you know that you have a family member. Oh man, I'm going to take a drink of coffee after this one. You got to give me some likes on this one. Yeah, I'm going to say it. Maybe you have an in-law. Maybe you have parents. Maybe you have friends that they are saying, hey, Frankie, yes, I'm doing well, sir. Thank you for joining us. And they're saying, hey, listen, I need help at my home. I'm not able to handle things. Right? And maybe this is that opportunity in your life to be able to take that money out of your home. Put it on the market. We'll sell it for the most money possible. The market is high, right? And we can even sell it quick, which we'll talk about that. But you take that money and you're able to ultimately help your family member. You're able to move in with them for a short time period. And then when the market changes, you're going to be ready, quick, and able to take advantage of that. Now, if you're thinking, oh, wait a minute, Rob, this doesn't make sense to me. I'm going to wait until the market goes down. All right, you're going to lose more money. I can promise you, you're going to lose more money on the sale of your home in probably 2 to 3 years than when you go to buy the new home. Now, debate with me. If you don't feel that way, if you think I'm wrong, I'd love to see some comments. Let me know if you have some better ideas. I'm not saying I know every single thing. I mean, I'm out here helping people on a daily basis, right? I'm out here helping people buy and sell properties, right? And but I'm not saying that I'm the number one know-all. Pending sales are down as well in Connecticut for single families. Well, why? Pending sales are basically down because of the fact that we don't have enough homes to sell, and it's harder. I mean, every single time when we go to make an offer on a home, I will say 90% of the time, we will be coming up against multiple offers, competitive offers, if it's a decent home that's priced right. But here's the number that I love the most, right? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to put this in yellow. Right? We're going to do a little highlight action here in yellow. And we're going to show you right from the start, my friends. Give me some likes on this if you're into home ownership, if you're into properties and you want to make more money on your properties. Well, there it is, highlighted in yellow. These are not my numbers. These are right from the multiple listing service. And it's showing us that home prices year over year, right, are up 7.5% in the month of June. Hey, Azar, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Any likes and shares, we appreciate as well, right? And so what we're talking about is, well, what are your plans? Are your plans to wait? Because if you have a property right now for sale, especially here in Connecticut, or you have a property that right now that you're thinking about selling, right? You're thinking about selling. Well, the median sales price is telling us that you can get another 30 grand. Right? It's just an indicator. Right underneath that, we have the average sales price, which is 4.6%. Okay. It's an indicator. It's not something to say that that's definitely what's going to happen. Right? But we can show you how homes are selling for the most money possible right now. So if you have in your mind to do something soon, now is the time to do it, right? Now is the time to do it. Why otherwise are you going to wait? Okay. Housing affordability index, right? So let's talk a little bit about that, the housing affordability index, right? So right now we see that it's at minus 16.1%, and I'm going to highlight that in green, right? And so if you realize it, this chart here, here we are June 2023, and it goes back to June 2021, and it goes back to June 22, 21, right? You can see it's gone down, the housing affordability. It's a little bit harder to afford that home because home prices are up. All right. So again, if you like the information that you're seeing here, maybe you can share it. Maybe you can tell someone who needs some help to give me a call. You have on my direct, you can direct message me. You can call me. You can text me. You can email me. You can check out my my website over at smartreadvice.com. And also you probably do see the ticker, right? You see that ticker as well that says, hey, listen, you know what? If you need help, if you're not sure about the valuation, you're not sure about what to do, go to homepricechange.com. Again, that's homepricechange.com, right? homepricechange.com. And so I'll be able to then connect with you really quick and simple and easy. Okay. So that's there for you as well. Now, again, Aria, Frank, thank you so much for joining us. So let's talk a little bit more. We have townhouse and condos, and the numbers are about the same. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but you can see here, once again, the median sales price is up 6.4%. For the townhouses, condos in Connecticut year over year in June, average 9.1%, right? Year over year in June. New listings, and look at this number, right? New listings in Connecticut. So let's start here. Here we are, my friends. Oh my goodness, right? If we look here, single family homes, 2021 June, 5,325. 2022 June, 4,786. 2023 June, 3,214. Look at that number just going down. Okay, and then of course this is the year to date. So you can see once again, right, that year over year, if we talk about single family homes, we have 32% of the homes less on the market. And I just highlighted that right there. Okay, 32% homes less on the market. Now, I think that's totally crazy, right? And I would tell you, hey, listen, there are solutions for you. Let's talk about what you're looking to do. Don't feel like you are stuck, because I can promise you, you're not stuck. Now, if you look at this blue line, this blue chart, this is the type of thing where you're like, oh, yes, you see, here's the seasonality of what happens here in Connecticut. Right? Here's the seasonality of what's happening here in Connecticut. But you can see that this line right here, and I guess I'll do it in blue, right? What's it doing? It's going down, right? It's going down. And so that's historically new listings month by month. Hey, Mechanic and Mama Lou Cyber, thank you so much for joining us. We definitely appreciate it. What we're doing is we're talking about what's going on here in Connecticut for real estate when we talk about homes that are for sale, what's going on for pending sales. So of course we have less homes available because guess what? It's harder for us to put homes on the market when we don't have them available. Closed sales are down as well. Okay. So like as an example, right? Closed sales down, single family homes, right? That was for just the month of June comparison year to year. Closed sales down, right? That's just for, once again, for single families year to date. And you can see, right? Minute by minute, day by day, the home sales are going down. Days on market. So this is kind of interesting. Hasn't been a huge change. So we're talking about single family homes between 2022 and 2023. We're talking about 26 days on the market, which is kind of interesting, right? For year to date, it's gone down slightly, from 38 to 37. Okay. So that's gone down slightly. How long it takes to sell a home, right? How long a home is active on the multiple listing service. Now, remember, one of the things I am going to tell you, my friend, right here, let's put it here. Let's put it right here. I'm going to see if I can type it right here for you. If you decide, right, to make a move, right? You decide to make a move. You decide that you need some help. I do have a promise for you. And my promise, got to spell promise correctly, is you will not go, I'm not going to say be, you will not go homeless if you don't want to. Well, what does he mean by that, Rob? Come on, why are you even mentioning that? Well, some people, right, they might think that, hey, I got to be careful because, if I sell my house and I don't have a place to live, I'm going to go homeless. All right. So I'm not trying to be a wise guy, but I am telling you, I promise you, you will not go homeless. If you have a home right now and you want to make sure that you need a place to live, you will not go homeless, because one of the things that we do, and we do this quite often, is we will work in contingencies. You see, we will make sure that you have a contingency to find suitable housing. And we don't do this. It's not all the pressures on Rob Rosa. I mean, we make sure that you understand 100%, and we make sure that your attorney is involved. And if you don't have an attorney, we'll get an attorney to make sure that it is done right so that you, our client, feel comfortable. You, our client, will feel that you have a team available to help you every step of the way, and that you're not going to have a problem where you don't have a place for you and your family to live. Okay. So I put that out there for you. I promise, I promise is, right? But my promise is that you will not go homeless. That's kind of funny. Median sales price. Here you go. Here's the fun stuff. We're going to put this baby in green, right? Let's do a light green just to make you feel happier, right? And we're going to do it a little bit thick, right? But you see, look at that. Prices are up. Prices are up. I mean, do you want to wait until prices are down? If you're thinking about selling, you're thinking about taking your equity out. Well, how much longer are you going to wait? And here's what's amazing. Let's say you were sitting there in 2020 with a house that we helped, and you got to give me some likes on this one. I think this is pretty darn crazy. Well, in 2021, you made in Connecticut, right, about 22.3% on your home, right? You see that number there? Look at that. 22.3%. Plus, we're going to add in 2022, another 7.4%, right? So you see that number there. Now we're up to 30, right? We're up to 30%, and we'll add in another 4.1. We're at 34.1% of equity that you most likely was able to benefit from. What are you going to wait? Because that money's just sitting there. And so, believe me, if you are that person that you're like, hey, listen, I am just going to keep my house for 10, 15, 20 years because, Rob, I don't have any place to go and this is the home that I love. Well, guess what? I'm not trying to persuade you. I think that that is awesome. And thank you so much, Rob, for joining us. And I appreciate everybody's likes and shares. If you can share it with people, I appreciate that. If you're thinking about sitting in your home for another 10, 15, 20 years, and you're like, Rob, I'm not in this to make money necessarily. This is the house that I want. This is the house that I enjoy. This is the house that I love. Then sit there and enjoy it. And I'm with you 1,000%. But if you come to me in 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, maybe even 36 months, right? We're talking about 3 years, and you want to sell your home at today's price. Well, there's a good chance that the market has shifted. There's a good chance that the market is shifting. In the United States, it's shifting. We know that for a fact. But I can promise you that in Connecticut, we're still going strong every single month, right? We're still going strong. And so here, right here is the information about average sales price. Okay. So average sales price, you can see up. Year to date, up. Right? June 2023, year over year, up. Right? So we know that the last 12-month average has been about 5%. So on average, you're going up 5%, which is pretty darn good. For condos or townhouses, right? We're talking about year to date 13%. Right? I know I just covered up the number, but that number right there, 13%. This chart, it's basically going up. Is it going to go up forever? No, it's not. Right? And we've had some tough years here and there. In fact, look at what we did from 2009, give or take, right? 2009 to 2020. We're pretty much flat, right? We're pretty much flat. Nothing happened. And I was doing real estate all these years. And believe me, it was in some ways better and easier if you want to talk about it from a real estate broker perspective. Well, why? Because we had a balanced market, or maybe closer to what we would say. Hey, Lucy. Hey, Tracy. Thank you so much for joining us. Or what we would say is a balanced market, right? They say, I read an article yesterday, I actually went over it with our team this morning, where they said, hey, listen, a balanced market is about 1.5, give or take, 1.5 million listings in the United States at a given time. So a balanced market is about 1.5 million listings in the United States on a given time, right? At a given time, I guess I should say. Well, for last month, we had 465,000 listings, right? That's about a third. But It will change sooner or later, and why? And I'm not getting political. I don't want to get political because guess what? I don't care if it's red, if you're red. I don't care if you're blue. Political wise, I care about helping people and getting to them to where they want to be. But I can tell you this current government is really seems to be bent on interest rates and slowing things down. So as these interest rates go up a little bit, maybe they slide down a little bit. There's all these different things that are affecting it that are beyond me. And unless you're really, really into the wonderful world of financial analytics, it might be beyond you as well. But the point is that the market is going to slow down sooner or later, right? Now, this is kind of interesting, but I take this with a grain of salt, and here's the reason why. So this is the percent of list price received. So that's an interesting discussion item right from the start. The percent of list price received. Okay. Well, what does that really mean? Well, we see sellers that they are trying to push the limits. So if their list price, their asking price is really low, well, what does that mean? That means that they're when they go to sell the property, the percent of that list price is going to be that much tighter, right? If people still had the same expectations that they had a couple years ago, the percent of list price would be huge, right? We're talking right now about 4 or 5% above asking, right? On average. How about that? 4 or 5% on average above asking. But we know that sellers, they're asking for a heck of a lot more, right? They're asking for a heck of a lot more. So that's why I take this number with a grain of salt, because depending on the scenario, that percent of list price might not be the highest. Okay. Let's talk a little bit more, right? Hey, Summer, Don, thank you so much for joining us, right? I know that it's thundering out there and it was lightning and then it slowed down my internet. So I'm not sure if everything's looking kind of fuzzy for you, but I hope everything's looking all right, my friends, right? Talk about housing affordability, right? And how that has declined. Okay. And look at that. Since, if we kind of look at the wonderful world of 2021, all right, we kind of go here. Look at that. Okay. Look at what's happened since about January, give or take. I would even say January 2020, or right around here, maybe March. What happened then, right? Then it went up a little bit, then that was okay, and then bam. Since, if you think about it, since the wonderful world of what happened in 2020, the market has not been the same, right? This measures housing affordability for Connecticut. Now, 120, an index of 120 means that the median household income is 120% of what is necessary to qualify for the median priced home. A higher number means greater affordability. Okay. So if we look here, right, a higher number means greater affordability. And what are we doing? We're just going down, down, down. You see that there, right? You see that chart there. And if we look over here, well, what's happening? A higher number means greater affordability, and it's going down. A higher number means greater affordability, and it's going down. So the example of, like, let's say June 153 in 2021 means that the median household income is 153% of what is necessary to qualify for the median price home under prevailing interest rates. Higher number means greater affordability. So you can see here, we have less affordability. And that's just another indicator. And we've talked about this. I mean, we don't have to kill it. We know that the inventory of homes for sale is really low. Right now, we have about 2.1 months of supply inventory. So if we didn't have another home that came on the market, well, what would happen in 2.1 months? We would have no homes available. Okay. I've heard anywhere between 8 to 9 months is what we need for a balanced market. And we're at 2.1. So now is that opportunity to take advantage. Maybe you want to sell your home and you want to lease it back. Maybe, why would you want to do that? Well, maybe you're tired of maintaining it. Maybe you want to take the money now and rent out and stay there for 3, 5, 6 months or a year until you buy something else. We can make that happen. We have tons and tons of solutions available for you. All right. So really, when it comes down to it, that's the some of the things I wanted to review with people. Does anybody have any questions? Right? Is there anything that maybe people were thinking that it would be a little bit different, that they had questions about, that they wanted to discuss? Because I'm definitely open for questions. All right. So please put them in the comments. Let me know. All right. So I see Kalari, Richard, thank you so much for joining us. Right. So once again, that's where we're at for June 2023. Definitely available to talk more about what it is that you're looking to do. I'd love to be able to review some of the solutions that we have available. In fact, you know what? Since we have I have a little bit of extra time, right? Let's talk about maybe some of those solutions, right? Some of the things that you might not necessarily know when it comes to selling a property and how you can benefit from that. Okay. So number one, well, what might be a solution for you? Consider building a home. You're like, hey, Rob, you know what? Don't talk to me about selling because I don't know where I would go. Hey, King Julian, thank you so much for joining us. Don't talk to me about selling because I don't know where I would go. I have a solution for you right here. Maybe you think about building a home. No. And I know that's not going to be a good solution for everyone. Right? Number two, maybe it's a good solution for you. Consider buying first, right? Then having your closing, and then maybe selling. Oh, no, I don't know how to do that. How would I do that? Well, I have the plans in place to be able to get you, if it's something that you were interested in, if it's something that you wanted to consider, to get you a cash for keys loan, right? Cash to keys loan. It's almost like oh my gosh, it's almost like a bridge loan. I don't know if the electricity is going to go out. I don't know how good this internet is working. I just know I'm here talking about real estate. But if I go outside right now, I'm going to get blasted with that rain because it is coming down hard and things are flashing over here outside. So I will tell you, oh my gosh, I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but maybe we can at least stick together here, right? Let's stick together. Let's talk a little bit about number 3, right? How about you consider selling first, which we talked a little bit about this, right? Then renting, right? And then we can take the time to look for that right house for you. We can take the time to be able to not have those additional pressures, right? We can maybe almost give you like a short-term little vacation rental. I mean, who doesn't like that? Maybe that would be something that could work for you. Because really what I'm all about and what I'm thinking is that you make the move that's going to work right for you so that you can get that equity now, right? Get that equity now so that you're not waiting in the long term, sometime else to get that equity where it's going to be less. How about you? Hey, King, thanks again. Fred, thanks again. Maybe you take your house right now and you lease it back, right? Lease it back to the buyer. Maybe you've always thought about, I mean, you've seen some of these commercials. I know you have. You've seen some of these commercials about maybe renting an RV, maybe even something crazy like a cottage, maybe a sailboat. I know that we're not used to that necessarily, a lot of us, but maybe it's one of those times now for you to take advantage of something that you are going to enjoy in your life, right? So that, again, is another answer to this wonderful question that we keep talking about, saying, hey, Rob, I would sell my home, especially after going through these June numbers, and I see what's going on in the marketplace. I would sell my home, but there's no homes for sale. Where would I go? Well, if you're getting on in age a little bit, you're tired a little bit, and I'm in my 50s now. I'm starting to feel it a little bit now, right? Maybe it's a good idea to start looking at these active 55 places. Maybe it's a good idea to go from a home to a condominium, right? Or to a single floor ranch. Here's your chance, especially if you don't have a mortgage, right? Here's your chance to take out that money, get the most money possible now so that you can make the most money on the sale of your home and buy that single floor ranch, that one story that you might have been thinking about or looking at for a while. I don't know, King. I know you put OMG. What do you think? Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea for some people? It might not be for you, King. It might not be for me. I mean, I'll be very straightforward with you. Here I am. I'm talking about sell, sell, sell. But remember, the thing that I also said, like the house that I'm sitting in right now, I'm not going to sell it. Why? Because this is a single floor, nice, small ranch, right? So for me, I can live in this home the rest of my life and do other things with my money. So for me, that wouldn't work. But for some people, it might be an excellent, awesome opportunity, right? And I understand everybody has their own opportunity. So where I'm going to leave you is, you probably saw it on my ticker, homepricechange.com. Again, that's HOME, price, PRICE, change, all one word, homepricechange.com. You can go there. You can get a free valuation, especially if you're all over the United States. If you need credit repair or need help with that, that's all over the United States. If you want to take the real estate classes that are approved for the state of Connecticut, you can reach out to me. If you want me to do a one-to-one discussion with you, talk about solutions, talk about ideas, give me a call, direct message me, reach out to me. I mean, you know that I'm on Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on YouTube, I'm on TikTok, right? I'm on Instagram. Wherever you need me, you can reach out. Hey, somebody put out here, what age can I start my real estate career? 18 years old. I have a couple of people in my class right now here in Connecticut, 18 years old, right? And so if you want to get that link, you can call or text me or direct message me, private message me, right, for the classes here in Connecticut. And I can't say 100%, but I believe that is most of the United States. Is there like a pre-class, right? Someone put. Yes, that's what it is. Specifically in the state of Connecticut, so I'm an approved school. And so specifically in the state of Connecticut, you have to do a 60 pre-licensing class and get a certificate. Now, once you get that certificate and you pass the class, then you apply to take the state exam. And once you take the state exam, then you get sponsored by a real estate broker and you're ready to get rolling. I'm a real estate broker if you need my help, right? But of course, even if you took our class, you can go work for whoever you want to. There's no problem with that. Can I start a pre-class at 16 and start at 18? Yeah, I don't think that's a problem. I mean, you really have to be 18 years old to apply to take the state exam. I know that for a fact. Okay, you have to be 18 years old to apply to take the state exam. All right. Any other questions does anyone have? All right. Well, I appreciate your likes. I appreciate your shares. I know that maybe some of you, you're not ready to make a move on things, and that's fine. That's understanding. But you probably know somebody. You probably know somebody that wants to do something, right? And so, man, now it's getting like a weird light out there, I'll tell you. But you probably know somebody that maybe wants to make a move. Maybe they want to buy a home. Maybe they want to buy a business. I sell businesses as well. Maybe they want to rent out a space or lease a space. Just give me a call. We'll help you out every step of the way with that. But I hope that you, my friends, are having an awesome day. Of course, if you need me, I'm available. And this is Rob Rosa. Hopefully your favorite real estate broker. Signing out, my friends. We'll talk to you soon. God bless you.